Welcome to Watch Mojo. And today, we're exploring our picks for the most infamous incidents involving rude and entitled people, better known as Karens, that shocked us all within the past year.
Actually, you're not even good looking enough to be talking to me.
Trump tip. In March 2025, Ricardo Nonato worked as a waiter at Cazuela's Mexican Cantina in Columbus, Ohio. While he argued with the table over an apparent coupon, surely the group wouldn't do anything sinister with the receipt, right?
I think it's despicable. That's not who America is.
Well, on top of not providing a tip and telling Nonato he sucked, there was a message scribbled on that hoped Donald Trump would deport the waiter, despite him being born in the U.S.
The restaurant chain not allowing ABC6 to talk with employees, but in a statement telling us in part, "We are deeply disappointed by the offensive message left on a recent receipt which goes against our values and the welcoming environment we strive to create. There is no place for hate in our restaurant."
The outrage over the rude writer Stephanie Lovins caused real estate company Century 21 to confirm she was no longer tied to them. The community rallied behind Nonato, even setting up a GoFundMe that raised over $40,000. Lovins' own crowdfunding campaign failed to take off and was deleted.
There's no space for hate inside Cazuelas.
Birthplace police. Public transport is always an exhausting experience that everyone wants to get through without making eye contact with a stranger. Yet passengers on an Avanti West Coast train from Euston to Manchester Piccadilly in the UK in February 2025 didn't get that. In a video uploaded by the TikTok account The Real Dr. Marrow, an unidentified Karen told a man to go back to Morocco or Tunisia.
Why would you say that? It's so disrespectful. I was born here.
Regardless of not being specific about which country she believed him to be from, he stated he was born in the UK. He then asked her if she was British. She responded that she didn't want to answer, and he wasn't speaking to her respectfully.
Are you born here?
Don't shout at me.
Don't disrespect me. That was racist what you said.
Amazing. Unfortunately for trained Karen, she was seemingly arrested for her racist outburst.
Well, you're not speaking to me.
Cake Karen. In May 2025, a cake shop employee in Las Vegas already knew she was in for a bad time when a Karen walked in with her dog, which wasn't allowed at the business.
She had her dog with her and her daughter, and I told her that there was no pets allowed in the shop.
But it quickly got significantly worse. The Karen had ordered a custom cake topper, but was furious with its size.
I want the letters bigger.
And I was trying to explain that we don't know how big anything is from a picture.
She wanted it bigger, like the picture, despite there being no measurements on the image. As the worker explained the issue, she snapped. Then, as her child and dog watched, she got physical. Eventually, Cake Karen left, giving the employee, who has since left the company over safety concerns, a chance to call the cops. A warrant was later issued for the attacker's arrest.
I mean, I missed 3 days of work. It's just not okay. And she left without her topper that she came in for.
Wild at Wingstop. Have you ever argued with someone and then used your car as a weapon? If, like us, you haven't and believe that to be an extreme overreaction, then you have little in common with Stephanie Cook.
It happened at the location on South High Street just before 7 Friday night.
In February 2025, she got into an argument with an employee at a Wingstop in Columbus, Ohio. When the worker tried to escape, Cook followed, and a fight broke out inside the restaurant before continuing outside. Cook then got into her car and pinned the worker against the wall with the vehicle. The victim was taken to the hospital with lower leg injuries. Cook was found by the cops at her home and was arrested for assault.
Records say the victim's legs were injured and significant damage was done to the wall.
Broker Bigot. An important thing to remember when shooting a video outside, the public aren't your puppets that you can control. Unfortunately for entitled real estate broker Jeff Blackham, this isn't something that came to mind in April 2025.
Tempers flaring in a fiery exchange between a Waterloo Region realtor and a Cambridge woman.
While recording a property video in Cambridge, Ontario, he was frustrated by Lisa DePasqua's car being in the shot. So instead of waiting or explaining, Blackham matched up to her to scream obscenities and a homophobic slur at her.
How's that for a witness, you
Even more unfortunately for the broker, someone else recorded part of the confrontation and put it online. While Blackham apologized for the slurs, it didn't stop his employer, Keller Williams Innovation, from firing him.
No, I didn't want him to lose his job and stuff, but I want him to take accountability.
Parking lot slurs. In April 2025, a 14-second video spread online that caused outrage for all who witnessed it.
This video of a woman in a car repeatedly using the N-word in Pinole has gone viral.
In that short amount of time, Risha Chand uttered racial slurs so many times. It was astonishing. Taking place in Pinole, California, Jaslyn Garcia and her sister were walking on the street when they spotted Chand glaring at them from her car. So they went to see what her problem was. They managed to record part of the conversation that had this car Karen yelling slurs at the sisters.
Felicia Carr of Fairfield reposted the video on her social media and helped identify the woman using the slurs.
With the tensions that's going on and racism is at an all-time high right now, and it was just so much racism and just blatant disrespect. It was sad to see.
The police arrived to sort the situation out. They might have been surprised to see a familiar face, as Chand was reportedly arrested before for shoplifting and had been in court that morning.
I have learned the woman accused of using the racial slurs has a pending criminal case, charged with repeatedly stealing from Ulta Beauty in Concord.
The football misogynist. Instead of being able to enjoy the Green Bay Packers taking on the Philadelphia Eagles in January 2025, Allie Keller received a boatload of misogynistic abuse from one individual.
It wasn't about the game either. He was making personal jabs at me.
She didn't react as the Eagles fans spat out horrible insults, causing other fans and her fiancé, Alexander Basara, to step in.
So I turned around, we ignored them, and it just continued throughout the entire game and got worse and worse.
Bizarrely, the football Karen turned out to be Ryan Caldwell, who worked at a consultancy firm, BCT Partners, which specializes in societal issues and diversity. Unsurprisingly, Caldwell was fired by the company publicly and was also banned from the Eagles Stadium, Lincoln Financial Field. The furious football fan released a half apology statement, claiming they were provoked into uttering obscenities.
I want to sincerely apologize to Ms. Keller for those words, adding, the video clip circulating online does not reflect the full context of what transpired, and my actions were not without provocation.
The unfriendly neighborhood bigot. Like your biological family, sadly, you also can't pick your neighbors.
Here's when rage replaces reason. This went from petty to prejudice just like that.
If so, Tyson Baker would have had a far nicer time in his Fort Lauderdale, Florida neighborhood. For a while, he had been clashing with Allison Murphy. After asking her to stop parking on his lawn and to pick up her dog's mess, Murphy became far more hostile.
She continued to say horrible stuff about how she was going to fight us, mess us up.
After her father had uttered homophobic slurs at Baker and attempted to fight him, Murphy joined in with verbal abuse. Baker ended up calling the police, who did little but escort Murphy away and hand out pamphlets about restraining orders. However, after Baker uploaded footage of Murphy screaming slurs online, her employer, Valley Forge Fabrics, fired her.
Company saying she's no longer with them and that hate has no place here.
Property value Karen. In April 2025, Mary, 8 months pregnant, was walking down a street in Simi Valley, California, while pushing a cart to sell items. Then, Julie Sanchez appeared.
I told you not to come down the street anymore and I meant it.
The two had reportedly clashed a couple of times before, but nothing to this extent. Sanchez yelled for Mary to leave, apparently upset that the vendor was selling without a permit. When she responded, the Karen berated her for not speaking English.
And to speak Spanish, because you speak Spanish, you're going to be attacked. A pregnant woman's going to be attacked and slammed to the ground.
Sanchez added that Mary was bringing down the property value with her presence. Yikes. Then, Sanchez tried to push the cart away, resulting in Mary being shoved to the ground, causing several injuries. Unsurprisingly, Sanchez was arrested for battery. Later on, Mary issued a lawsuit against her for a hate crime.
I'm just here to ask if we could take a closer look at this case and pay more careful attention to this case to ensure that this woman, her unborn child, and the entire street vendor community is protected to ensure that people like that local woman who attacked Mari are held accountable.
Before we continue, be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. You have the option to be notified for occasional videos or all of them. If you're on your phone, make sure you go into your settings and switch on notifications.
Slurring a child. In May 2025, Sharmaki Omar uploaded his interaction with Shiloh Hendricks in Rochester, Minnesota. After hearing her call a child a racist slur, he confronted Hendricks, who was happy to admit what she said.
All right, that's what you said.
Shiloh Hendricks accusing the 5-year-old of stealing from her toddler's diaper bag at a park.
Her justification? Hendricks claimed the youngster was stealing things from her diaper bag.
It's not okay here. We're not going to tolerate it here.
Ever the charmer, Hendricks called Omar the slur too.
You don't have to wait for another adult to intervene when you see something like that. You have to do something about it yourself.
While many were outraged at the racist abuse, others not so much. Hendricks put a campaign on the Christian crowdfunding site Give, Send, Go. At the time of writing, it has amassed over $780,000, and comments were disabled due to hateful messages supporting her. The local NAACP chapter subsequently raised over $340,000 on a crowdfunder for the victims.
I'm certainly not looking for harm for the lady, but we're calling on her to be held accountable.
What type of Karen do you think the future will bring? Let us know below.
No matter what the content is, she was out of line.